Alright everybody, how's it going? Today we're going to be doing a news update for Nomad Survival. Major update number 5 is finally out. So if you've been keeping track of all of the evolution paths that I've been doing videos for all the characters, those are finally going to be pushed to live. So I'm extremely excited about this, and I just wanted to go over everything in general that's coming out with major update number 5. So these are the patch notes. They just came out honestly probably a couple minutes ago. You can get Discord notifications if you guys join the Discord. That's probably the quickest way to find out about this stuff, but just wanted to go over everything. Maybe you guys are at work. I was fortunate enough to get super sick over the weekend, so I'm just hanging out at home. But anyways, let's get into it. So finally, major update 5 is here, and it's definitely the biggest update that we've ever had. So it's been around about 2 months almost, but this is a huge update, so it totally makes sense, and we wanted to make sure that it was definitely done right, so I can understand why this took a little bit longer. So like I said earlier, we got a massive weapon skill overhaul. Major update 6 is going to be focused on the 4th map, so that is awesome. We're going to get another map that's perfect, and hopefully probably like 3 weeks if we're being hopeful. We'll see. Let's see. So lots of buffs to the characters and some nerfs. I gotta say, in my opinion, no nerfs so far. No nerfs at all. Stuff is OP. And Fox just kind of go overs, you know, nothing should be nerfed. But since there's such a big change, it's kind of inevitable. Thanks to the beta testers. Oh, you guys are all great. It's so fun. Feel free to join the Discord right here, guys. This is how you'll get access to a ton of stuff, and everyone is super duper helpful. And it looks like Makuru, apologies if I pronounced that incorrectly, has done a lot of work on the Chinese translations, so thank you a ton there, so that we could just have even more people playing. Same thing with Dravich, who has been doing the Polish translations, and that's awesome. Thank you guys so much, make the game better. So let's go over the changelog. So weapon skills, we're not going to go over that too much since there's a ton of other videos on that stuff, but basically you're offered 2 choices at level 30 and then 2 more choices based off your previous choice at level 60. So there are over 50 skills between the 9 characters, and it looks like we're not actually going into a 3rd slot, which was what was shown a little bit earlier in my first couple of videos, but looks like we're just going 2 evolution paths, which is totally enough. Many base weapon skills have been changed, totally true. Go through, read all of the characters, a lot of their abilities are different now. Most stats now affect weapon skills, so this is a big one. A lot of questions were asked of, like, you know, does this impact this? Does this impact this? And that was kind of why this whole weapon change came in anyways. So make sure you read below. It says, unless specifically stated, everything works towards your weapon skill. So obviously, you know, projectile speed and duration, it's not going to do anything for adventure, but for most part, everything's going to be impacted. So that's really fun. You get a lot more damage, I have to say. See, we adjusted or replaced weapon skills, which are redundant. Yep, nice. Reduced SP regen across the board. Yeah, this was probably needed just because the weapon skills are insane. If we were casting as often as we were previously, you probably wouldn't even need to build any other weapon skills. So this is definitely worthwhile. It's not really going to impact your game, promise. SP regen. Ooh, SP regen booster item has been removed. Yeah. There were some situations where if you got the regen booster, you would pretty much just freeze your game depending on your computer. It was a lot of fun, but definitely not needed anymore. Merchant heritage has been reworked. Ooh, I need to look at this. The old system of doubling weapon skill amount would definitely not work with the new system now that amount works with most weapon skills. Yeah, merchant would have been kind of strong if it doubled it on top of already getting amount for your weapon skills. So amount actually works with most of the weapon skills now. It's really, really nice. There's a lot of really funny things you could do, and it works in situations where you think it might not work. So if unless you see it says specifically that amount does not work, build amount. You can now move with your mouse. Hold down the left mouse button, your character will attempt to run to it. This means you can officially play Nomad Survival with one hand. Hey, there you go. This is a community one, so this is what people are asking for. I know it's kind of in regards to Vampire Survivor, but just a quality of life upgrade there. I'll probably still play with my keys, because you could still technically play with one hand. I don't really think you needed the mouse. You could level up and everything and grab every choice with your keyboard, so I think you could already play one-handed. When adjusting game speed, the FPS of the game is no longer modified. the game might feel a little weird, but that's just because everything is now sped up properly. Oh, okay, nice. It did seem a little off, I gotta say, but it looks like this should fix it, so the game should just flow a little bit better, so that's really nice. Let's see, they added, ooh, nice, 200% game speed option. Oh, God bless. This is gonna be so nice for videos, I gotta say. You know, this whole time, I've been like actually leveling my characters when I make the videos, and I found out in the beta you can just press 9 and have a chest spawn in front of you. I'm so dumb. But with this 200% game speed option, you can make some pretty wonky gemstone runs. I wonder how this is gonna go. I'm definitely gonna have to try some stuff out. Let's see, redesign Ratfolk Archer's arrows so they scale up better. They are also now longer. So Ratfolk Archer, I know it's kind of like the butt of all jokes in this community. The class was definitely not in a great place. I would say with the upgrades and the weapon evolution paths, the class a little bit better. I definitely think it's all of the classes are extremely playable now. Like, I'm not going to say that there's any class that got a nerf. In my opinion, I think all of the weapon upgrades and all of the evolution paths are huge. So Ratfolk Archer is going to feel a lot better. I will say though, in comparison to a lot of the other upgrades that some of the characters got, it's still a little lacking, but in general, it's better than it was. So that's nice. And it looks like Ratfolk Archer now supports controllers, so that's awesome. Increased damage number pop-out cap from 80 to 180. It's just a nice quality of life. Change the skill icons. So yeah, so now they have unique icons for the skills. So might take a second for you to get used to it, but now we have our own icons for all of our abilities. They look really nice, I have to say. It's gonna take you a second to get used to things because some things did change a little bit, but they look very, very nice. Shout out to whoever did the art for them. They are great. Oh, lame. The colorless glyph relic, which doubles size, now increases size by 50% instead. That's lame. I don't appreciate this. My boy colorless glyph needs to hit the whole screen and then some. Fox, owl, and cat pets now move 50% faster. This is nice. Fox is, I mean, the main character I play with. I play with Raccoon if I'm not doing gemstone runs. And if I'm doing gemstones, I play Fox. So the fact that it moves a lot faster, Fox is going to be outputting a lot more damage, I have to say. Cat pets maximum allowed target range has been increased. Nice. Ooh, and they've had their attack rate doubled. Fox is going to be huge now. And it does more damage. Oh, this is fantastic. These are all around good. I would like to see more variation in pets in play, but it's just one of those situations where when you're playing gemstone runs, you're really focusing on certain stats, and you just can't switch. So for normal plays, these upgrades are going to be really fun, so anyone that's just playing the game without, you know, times 120 plus modifiers, you're gonna have a good time pet selection. Summoner Heritage now has a summon cap of 12 instead of 5. This is definitely, I like this. Both of these are great. So the summon cap's up to 12, and summons are now influenced by duration and size. So this is super helpful. I would say that the Summoner Heritage was very underwhelming unless you were having issues with projectiles and boss skills. So projectiles and boss skills, they're technically the same thing. If you ever read something that says it'll destroy projectiles, which is what the summons do, it's including boss skills. So they were really good if you were ever having like any issues with boss skills or, you know, projectiles on the third map especially. So I would never really recommend it outside of that. But now with the duration, size, and a cap of 12, throw in all of the weapon skill changes, Summoner's going to be a lot more playable. I really enjoy that, so that's great. Got some Voidwalker changes. So Void Rifts from the Voidwalker Heritage no longer despawn when hitting an enemy. Void Rifts from the Voidwalker Heritage are now influenced by duration. Nice. So it just makes the Voidwalker a little bit more playable. I would say for the most part, leveling's kind of a little bit faster depending on what maps you play on. And I would say the Voidwalker is really strong for those first like 5 minutes basically, and then after that it's not really that impactful. It's nice if you want to move around a lot, but with all of the weapon skill changes, I think we're going to see a lot more different playstyles, and I just genuinely feel like Nomad is always the best solution basically, just because it lets you get those weapon skills that you're looking for, and generally that's more important than any of the bonuses that these other heritages can give us. Outside of like Berserker is sometimes very, very relevant, and that's really all I can say. Statue is great, but since you can't play modifiers with it, it's kind of sad. The descriptions of Summoner and Voidwalker Heritage have been updated. Yep, cool. Community added reroll stats to the stats display. Well, you can see how many rerolls I do every single time. Added max SP stat to the stats. Nice. Spectral Sword has had its wording updated. So Spectral Sword is really different. Looks like, okay, we got like 3 things right here. So it only mimics your base weapon skill, not any of the evolutions. So at level 30, you'll get your first evolution and you'll pick one. But Spectral Sword does not actually make that change. So it's still going to be your base weapon skill. However, once you get the first relic, they actually will mimic your weapon skill evolution. So that's great, if applicable. So it doesn't do it for everyone, but for the most part, Spectral Sword relic, I didn't really like it in the first place. I mean, it was cool that it did this like bonus little AoE damage, but I didn't think it really mattered that much, because you really went Spectral Sword because you wanted a second weapon skill, not because you wanted that extra AoE damage. I never found myself like going out of my way to look for the relics. But now you're really going to want to get these Spectral Sword relics so that you can get bonus weapon skills, because let me tell you, all of the weapon skills are just absolutely bonkers now. Spectral Sword description now clearly states that amount doesn't increase the number of weapon skills used. This is a balancing measure, definitely needed for sure, because some of the weapon skills are just so stupid. They're so great. I think everyone all around is going to have a really good time with this update, I gotta say. Cleaned up stats menu, removing unnecessary decimal places. Cool, so things are just going to look better. Realigned various pieces of text, so that's nice for all you people with OCD. Added amount unmodifiable to all skills where amount doesn't do anything, even if it's This is just like, Fox is tired of people asking if amount does anything for this, and it's just gonna tell you, so you can't ask anymore, okay? Necromancer's summoning SFX has been changed to be less annoying. You guys didn't like the all over the place every time yeah, like there's less summons now, so it's not that obnoxious, but wasn't something I particularly, wow, I can't speak today, cared about too much. All particle effects are now affected by the skill opacity slider. This is nice. I know some people are having issues where things weren't actually changing. I think one of them was like the Divine's AoE explosion, but all the other ones still did, so it was just kind of obnoxious, so that's nice. Player HP bar always draws above everything else. Please let me know of instances. Yeah, this is important. There's one more where I wish that we could implement your HP just like being on the screen in general, not specifically on top of your character, but maybe like along the top or something like that, because when you're playing the Whisper, for example, and you're not on top of your character, you have no idea how much damage you're taking. So in those situations, I would like to know what my HP is at, because I could move my Whisper or my spirits back to the Whisper as needed. Numbers regarding damage taken have been moved so that they're drawn on top of the HP bar. Nice. Knight's weapon skill provoke now fires even if you took no damage. It'll just inflict 1 damage. Yeah, there are some situations, pretty much just the like first time you use your weapon skill in the map. Generally, mobs might not hit you. Other than that, I feel like you almost always get hit. Entangle's poisonous pool relic is now influenced by size. That's nice. And it's influenced by duration. Yeah, this Entangle wasn't like that amazing. It was nice because it did stop projectiles, but in general, it didn't really do that much. Even when it was upgraded, the damage was like negligible. So this hopefully makes it a little bit more viable. Fireball explosions are now influenced by size. Oh, that's going to be disgusting. And fireball explosion scaling has been tripled. Okay. And it's wow, dude, fireball's insane. I already told you guys, fireball is like the best solo target damage in my opinion. And this is just going to make it better for AoE. So very stoked. And Curious Wisp no longer has an amount limit. That's nice. I don't think Curious Wisp would be like too broken with its amount limit taken off, so I think this is very fair. The raccoon pet now always defaults to returning to the player if it can't find any targets. This should ideally fix the issues. Nice. Yeah, it just comes back and stands next to you. Unless like the map event spawns, then it'll go get that. Player XY coordinates have been added to the display FPS. Nice. When summoning a spirit... Oh, wow. Look, we did it. We did it, team. See, I talked about it up here, and I already got the fix I wanted down here. It's great how that works. So basically, this is exactly what I talked about. So now your HP bar and your damage taken are shown above the spirit. So this way, you don't have to worry about dying. Spirit enemies in the crossroads no longer have a blue outline, which is... Okay, their outline is now orange. Okay, nice. So... I mean, this wasn't really something that mattered too much. You generally killed these things before you even saw them anyways. So now it's just easier to tell that they're there. Got some bug fixes. These are probably just things that kind of ran into in the beta. Issues with Ascension, not providing the correct amount. Skills were completing their animation while the game is paused. Yeah, that one was happening a lot. Amount could not go above 9. Whoopsies. We wrote code regarding night bonus, defense handling. Nice, okay. Chain light shock spark effect would hit enemies more rapidly than intended. Dude, don't nerf my chain light shock. It's your favorite, Fox, I know. The homunculus summon from the summoner heritage did not have double attack speed as it should. Nice. So see, summoner getting even stronger with bug fixes I didn't even know about because I didn't play the class. Fixed issue where enemies are right next to you, fireballs would not properly create explosions. Oh, interesting. And fixed an issue if no enemy was present, the timer would pause. What? What? Who made this game? Now let's go into what's next. With a big update, there's bound to be some stuff not quite working. Definitely, guys, if you run into stuff, let Fox know. Fox is like fantastic in regards to answering any questions you have or any just issues you're having. They are on top of these things when it comes to fixing stuff. So definitely join Discord if you want an easier way to get in. And if you don't want to join the Discord, go ahead and post on the Steam discussions because Fox browses those probably at least once or twice a day. Many great suggestions have been made on the Discord. Yep, everyone's great. Discord's super helpful. Everyone's very kind. Everyone's very helpful. Lots of people with great ideas that you might not think about. Alright, then on to the next map. So it looks like we'll probably just go 4 and then 5 immediately without any like giant content updates. Because I mean, with this change, this is a huge update, I have to say, in regards to like meta shifts, how much more content there's going to be. So adding in 2 maps right away makes perfect sense. So I look forward to it. And it looks like been working with creators of the music using Nomad Survival. Hey, nice. So if you guys want the music, it's going to be on sale soon. That's awesome. Really fun. The music, it is a banger, I gotta say. It's a fun time. So that's everything, guys. If you guys have any questions about any of the specific wording, either go ahead and ask me down below. You can go ahead and join the Discord, or you can start a Steam discussion, and I'm sure Fox or any of the people in Discord would be happy to help you. If you need any help joining the Discord, just go ahead and let me know. And same thing with joining the beta. You want to go through the steps to join the beta just so you actively read everything. Want to make sure that you're following the right steps, making sure you create save file copies for everything. And then it's really simple to join the beta. So hey, when the 4th map is finally released on the beta, you could be one of the first people to play it. So I definitely recommend it. As always, guys, really appreciate the fun, and I will hopefully see you on the next one.